Movie review, Arike, showing on Biodun Steven TV, starring Femi Jacobs, Sonia, Biodun Steven, Kiyamako Zakura, Ko Jr. As a Christian, this movie struck a deep chord with me. As a Gen Z raised in today's world, I see Arike in many of us, except some of us were fortunate not to have our reckless explorations captured on record. Arike is among us. She is that vulnerable child, the teenager in your compound sneaking out to attend parties just to taste the freedom her parents tried to shield her from. She is the young girl who resents her upbringing because it feels like punishment, not realizing it is actually guidance toward the right path. I strongly recommend this film. If you are a parent or even an expectant parent, please watch it. It will reshape the way you approach parenting, especially in this social media era. For parents with children in mixed schools, this is a must-watch. You never truly know the influences your children face once they step out of the house. I remember my own post-extra classes. There was always someone like Timmy or Edif lurking around. Now to Bamidele, every teenager has that one friend who awakens a different side of them. There is always the wild friend hiding behind religion, but showing her true self with peers, and the experienced friend who doesn't look it but knows far more than you. That is Bamidele, curious, daring, and clever enough to cover her tracks. She is the friend who introduces us to unfamiliar lifestyles and who influences our choices and decisions. Yet, despite her flaws, Bamidele's loyalty shone through. She stood by Arike in her darkest hour, and that is worth celebrating. Arike's father is another highlight. I have rarely seen a Nigerian father depicted with such calm strength in chaos. To discover a scandalous clip of your daughter online and still hold her close, rather than discipline her with anger, is remarkable. Femi Jacobs delivered this role with excellence. He embodied a father willing to defend his daughter at all costs, even in shameful circumstances. That is intentional parenting. He showed us that raising a girl child requires patience, security, and presence. He was not harsh, insecure, or distant. Instead, he became his daughter's safe space. I urge every father raising daughters to take a lesson here. Be the trusted anchor your child can always rely on. The portrayal of the church was also striking. Honestly, the way Arike's situation was handled mirrors what we often see today. Many churches forget that they are meant to be sanctuaries for the broken, not courts of condemnation. Instead of compassion, Arike was treated like an outcast, rebuked, isolated, and thrown aside. Yet Scripture reminds us in Matthew 11:28, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." Sadly, the opposite was shown. This is the painful truth. Countless people sink into depression, even suicide. Because the very church that should restore them abandons them when they stumble. I appreciate that this film boldly called out this reality. Finally, Edif. At 1 hour 36 minutes, his justification for recording that awful incident was telling. Many boys are trapped in the pressure of living up to their peers' expectations. Edif was pushed by a so-called friend with a careless tongue. While I do not excuse his actions, I respect his remorse. His arc reflects the struggles of young men today. In all, Arike is a must-watch. especially for teenagers and young adults. It carries a powerful moral compass, confronting real issues with honesty. Thank you so much for this review. I appreciate it. Thank you. Seeing a script I wrote being reviewed like this from you that I don't even know or follow on social media, even on Instagram, brings me joy because the aim was to show parenting at its calmest moment and show Africa parenting also like Bamidele mom, and to also highlight that both boys and girl are prone to peer pressure. Thank you so much, and lastly, to send warnings to my gender don't record. It never ends well. It was a beautiful movie. Highly recommended for parents and teenagers. I enjoyed watching it, but I don't think Arike was remorseful and actually turned a new leaf. It felt as though she was just sorry for being exposed when the video went viral too. What kind of church stops one from coming to church instead of helping you change for good?